Hey everyone, hope you're all having a great day. I'm Shaun Sidey and I'm here with my client and friend Alex. We are super excited to chat with you today about Alex's experience working with HealthNU. So, Alex, thanks for taking the time to chat with me. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Awesome, cool. So, first of all, just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and a little bit about you.
Oh goodness. Okay. Let's see. I recently went back to school for the third time, so now I am a part-time law clerk, part-time waitress. So, one, I'm very sedentary. One, I'm moving an awful lot. I oh God, I think I started. It's been 3 years, I think now, since I started with you guys, and before that, I had pretty much no movement. I was big time couch potato. So
Yeah,
definitely a lot of changes in the last few years. That's for sure.
absolutely. So, tell us a little bit about that. Where were you at in your fitness journey before we started working together?
Oh, there was no fitness journey. um, I think it was just before I was about to turn 30. And I kind of realized, it's not necessarily now or never, but if I didn't start doing something now, it was going to get harder because I was just going to keep putting it off.
Mhm.
And that's when I reached out to you because I realized it was time to kind of just get off the couch and start taking care of myself.
Absolutely. So, can you walk us through, in the last 3 years, what kind of physical transformation have you undergone in the last 3 years?
I would say so for me also too, right? Like it's a little different because I guess I should have said this before, but having rheumatoid arthritis, I think the biggest thing is just having better mobility. That's a huge one for me because dealing with that kind of pain and um, I don't know how do I put that stiffness. Doing all of this has really changed my life in regards to that. But just actually having some muscle mass, I've always been very skinny. I think prior to working with you, I think my starting weight I was 107 pounds,
Yeah.
but it was just a flubby kind of 107 pounds, right? It was just, I call it milk bag body. It's just kind of, there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
So I mean, just actually looking at pictures from 3 years ago to now, seeing like the growth in my arms and my shoulders, and having people point that out to me. I was carrying water jugs at work the other day, and I hadn't put my jacket on yet, and one of my coworkers is going, "Holy Alex, your pipes!" And
Mhm.
sometimes I look at it and I go, "Are they messing with me?"
Yeah.
But then when I look at the pictures, and I'm going, "Okay, no, like there's something going on there. Like this is exciting. It's so different."
Absolutely. Yeah. And you definitely put on a ton of muscle. I would say a good 10 pounds of muscle over the last 3 years,
Yeah.
which, it takes so long to build muscle to a substantial degree, especially as a woman. So you've put in the work, and it definitely shows. I think you sent me a video of you doing pull ups a week ago. And I was like, holy shit, your back is jacked.
Yeah.
You're definitely.
Yeah. That was a good feeling, that one.
Okay, cool. So what would you say were the biggest three struggles that you were facing before joining?
I didn't know where to start. I think that was the biggest part of why I reached out to you, and I'm so thankful because I had a gym membership before, but I was like the cardio girl,
Hmm.
elliptical, treadmill. Like I had no plan. I might dabble with different machines or weights, but there was no consistency. Some things I didn't
Hmm.
even know how to use, so I wouldn't even touch them. So not not knowing where to start and being kind of like afraid of stepping foot in a gym. I think the first 6 months I worked with you, I did it all from home.
Hmm.
And then you kind of finally
Forgot about
pushed
that.
me out of my comfort zone to it's time to put my big girl pants on. Food, not that I ate bad per se. I mean, I definitely eat a lot better now than I did before, but not being aware of calories and not even knowing what macros were.
Hmm.
Those were definitely things that until working with you guys, I wouldn't have even thought about. And
Amazing.
just pushing myself, you definitely helped me with that one. Like knowing like, no, you've got a few more reps in the tank. Like you're not actually going to failure, Alex. So like let's go, let's move it. Things that prior to working with you, like I, I I wouldn't even have known to have Googled that to even see what that was about. So it's
Hmm.
definitely been a
Yeah, you don't know
learning.
what you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely a learning curve for sure. But all things that you guys have been wonderful helping me educate me on, and now I can sometimes share that with other people too, which is nice, now that like I'm the person that actually knows some things.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's cool to see things come full circle like that, and where now people are asking you for advice is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, how would you say, like, through those struggles of, like, knowing how to train, pushing yourself hard enough, knowing what to eat, like, how did our coaching program help you overcome those?
I mean, you guys are the only guys I've worked with, but I've seen and heard, stories with other people, and I think that there's a genuineness that comes from working with you and Jen and your team, that you don't just slap together a cookie cutter plan for everybody. You're more available than I think sometimes you probably should be. I mean, you answer me sometimes and I'm like, shoot, I forgot it's the weekend. I should be leaving him alone.
It's all
But just
good.
having you guys there, I mean, like, you're even in the group chat, like how you encourage all of us, the classes that you do with the calls. I mean, I'm not always really able to hop on those because of my schedule, but I see it with just even the other people that you work with, how beneficial they are. And I think for me, especially in the beginning, the having that app was huge. Like having you put together a meal plan for me when I was first getting started, so that I kind of had a blueprint of where to begin. And I mean, even now with you, I know obviously my plan is it's a little different. I kind of you just change things up for me every few months, and but it's still having that wealth of knowledge with you guys has just been hugely helpful.
Amazing. Cool. Well, thank you. I agree. And I think that you've done a great job of following stuff. And I always use your profile as the example when people are onboarded. I'm like, this is how you do it right. So, like, track your stuff and you'll get great results like Alex.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Of course. So, what would you say, like, what's life like now since you've gone through the program?
It's funny how priorities shift. I mean, I'm not as intense, I guess I would say, as some of the other people. Like, I'm not bringing a scale with me out to a restaurant. Like if I'm gonna go out, I try not to be too crazy, but like I'll still enjoy myself here and
Mhm.
there. And that I have to be creative with my food. I can't
Yeah.
just eat the same thing all the time. But it's definitely, before it was like white bread sandwich with processed cold cuts and cheese for lunch versus salmon and like a rice blend and having an actual vegetable, and just making sure, like, I work in a restaurant, but I bring my food to work with me. That way I know what I'm consuming, and I'm very consistent now as opposed to how I was before. Like, I try very hard to stay on top of things. If I have an off day, I'm not going to beat myself up over it, because I know 80-90% of the time, like, I am on track, and I will work my days around my going to the gym. Whereas before I would have been like, well, if I make it, I make it. Now
Mhm.
that's the number one thing. And then if I get to everything else, I get to everything else, which is a huge change.
I love that. And I think I very much operate in the same way. Like, I have my workout blocked and everything else kind of fits around that. So
Yeah.
I totally agree. Okay. And what would you say is your personal favorite part of, like, you and I working together personally, specifically?
It's funny because it might not necessarily have too much to do with the workout, but just I know that there is a friendship as well. It's not that you're just like some distant coach, and then like once I'm done, you'll never talk to me again. I know that it's beyond that now, which is actually very nice, knowing that like I
Hmm.
can discuss like personal struggles with you, not just in my fitness journey, but if I'm having a bad day and then it's impacting my fitness journey, and knowing that like you're actually going to care, that
Hmm.
that's a nice piece.
Of course. Well, yeah, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. And same to you. I know that I've come to you a couple times too, so I appreciate that. So for you, in terms of your fitness goals, like, what do the next 6 to 12 months look like for you, and like what kind of phases are you looking to do, and what do your goals look like over the next 6 to 12 months?
So I mean, this, but I'm bulking again.
Hmm.
It's been a little slower than it was before. So I'm just kind of taking my time with it. I'm not rushing. I'm kind of looking at maybe 6 months of it, seeing how much I can actually put on.
Hmm.
And then after that, we'll cut again. It's not my favorite part, and the part I struggle with the most, but
Yeah.
going to try to commit to it a little more this time. I think last time I did better than the time before that. So, gradual improvement.
I totally
um,
agree. Every time I cut, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I was going to say
yeah,
every
no,
time I
I was just
cut
gonna
and
say like
bulk, it gets better.
yeah, and I mean I'm I think at a place right now where I'm fairly content with how things are looking and the
Hmm.
recomposition. So I'm not I don't know. I guess I'm not timelining anything too much per se. Now we're just kind of working through it as we go. And if I'm after the cut, if I'm content, then I might stay in maintenance for a while, or I might start all over again. I will kind of have to see how it goes.
I totally agree, and I think that's like just like the pursuit of fitness of where, you in the beginning because you're in like a lot of pain, like physically, emotionally, you desire the change, you put way more into it, and then as time goes on, you get fitter, you get a little bit more content, and then you just start enjoying the process. Like
Yeah.
you genuinely enjoy eating healthy, and you enjoy training hard, and you enjoy hitting PRs because it's just like fun, right? So
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that you're in that part now, where it's like for me, like I don't sense from you that there's any resistance from you in terms of living this lifestyle. It's just like what you do now.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
Absolutely. And how would you say this transformation has impacted your life outside of the realm of fitness?
Ooh, I don't know if I've thought about that before. I mean, it's definitely been helpful just in some like small day-to-day tasks. I mean, something as simple as today we were putting the pool up and being able to actually do it just myself and my husband because I actually have the strength and ability now to carry my own share a little bit more. Whereas, before he would have been like, oh no, I need to get another person here. And now it's like, oh no, like she can actually help me with this. So just
Awesome.
like little things like that, you might not necessarily think of, but then, when you're asked a question like that, you're going, okay, yeah, I guess it does impact other areas.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. And for anyone who's struggling right now with their own fitness journey, like what's one piece of advice that they should do and like what they could do today to like get started and start making some quick results?
So it's funny because it's something that actually stuck with me after my onboarding call with you. And it's something that I will say to people now is you are your best investment. And we all make excuses. I can't afford it is a big one that you and I have talked about a lot in the past. But we say that in one breath, but then we are, ordering our Amazon packages, our Uber Eats, our getting our Starbucks coffee, like all that money adds up. And rather than wasting it on all of those kinds of things, take it and invest it in yourself. It's the best thing that I could have ever done, and sure, it cost me a little bit, but in the long run, if I hadn't done that, what would I have been costing myself with my health?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if someone was on the fence of joining, what would you say to them to get started?
Just make the call. I mean, nothing can hurt from just sitting and talking with you, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes that's just like the little push that somebody needs is to kind of meet you, whether it's virtually or in person, and just get a feel for who you are, what your team does, and get a feel for this person is actually going to encourage me and support me. And sometimes that's really what you need. I know we've talked about this too, that sometimes it's hard with couples, and if you're not feeling like you're getting that support from your partner, and then it
Mhm.
makes you kind of want to shy away from it. But then if you realize that you can have somebody that is in your corner and is ready to help you succeed, I mean, why not?
Absolutely. I love that. Cool. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I appreciate you as a friend and as a client. I think that you've done an awesome job in our program, and I'm super
Thank
proud
you.
of all the results that we've achieved together, and I'm sure we'll continue to achieve.
Absolutely.
Um, Thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate you hopping on. So thanks again.
Anytime.
All right. Have a great day. Okay. Talk soon.
All right, bye.